In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NHL games happening on December 3rd, 2024, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NHL games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start: if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Seattle Kraken versus Carolina Hurricanes. A pair of teams aiming to secure 2 valuable points in the standings will face off on the ice in the Tar Heel State. The Seattle Kraken will be on the road as they make the journey to take on the Carolina Hurricanes this Tuesday evening. Seattle comes into the game after being swept in a home-and-home series with the San Jose Sharks, most recently suffering a 4-2 loss on their home ice Saturday night. Meanwhile, the Hurricanes endured a rough road trip, falling 6-0 to the Florida Panthers in the second game of their home series on Saturday night. In their 7 all-time meetings, Carolina holds a 5-2 advantage over Seattle, having won the last 2 contests, including a 4-1 victory in the first meeting this season on October 28th. Both teams have experienced struggles recently, with the Kraken enduring a 3-game losing streak and dropping 4 of their last 5 games. Similarly, the Hurricanes have lost 4 of their last 6 matchups. Carolina has been particularly challenged in net, as both Frederik Andersen and Pyotr Kochetkov have recently been placed on injured reserve, leaving the team to rely on makeshift goaltending. Despite the challenges in goal, Carolina still boasts a wealth of offensive talent, which could be advantageous when facing a Seattle squad that has been anything but consistent this season. If the Hurricanes can manage to receive even modest goaltending performances, they should be able to remain competitive while their regular goalies recover. Seattle has struggled on the road this season with a 4-7-0 record, while the Hurricanes have been much stronger at home, posting an impressive 9-2 record. When it comes to backing one of these teams, I feel more confident in picking the Carolina Hurricanes to break out of their slump. Carolina has been dominant at home this season with a 9-2 record, and they have won 5 of the last 6 matchups against Seattle. While the Hurricanes suffered back-to-back losses to the Panthers, the Kraken's most recent defeats came at the hands of the San Jose Sharks, which is a less than ideal opponent. Carolina's main concern is the absence of their goalies, but the Kraken will also be missing several key players in this matchup. The Hurricanes have a clear edge in terms of overall team strength, and if they can find stability in net, they should be able to get back on track in this one. Although the Carolina Hurricanes have had a tough week, allowing 12 goals in their last 2 games, they return home, where they have been dominant this season with a 9-2-0 record. In contrast, the Seattle Kraken have struggled on the road this year and have been increasingly porous defensively. Carolina has shown to be the superior team overall, winning 5 of the last 6 matchups against Seattle. This game seems like an ideal opportunity for the Hurricanes to bounce back and reclaim their form. With their solid home record and a more consistent overall performance, the Carolina Hurricanes to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Looking at the total goals in this game, of the 7 meetings between these teams, 6 have seen the total goals tally 6 or fewer. Carolina's defense is capable of containing Seattle's already struggling offense, and both teams have been involved in games that frequently hit the under this season. The Kraken have only managed to score 16 goals in their last 7 games, averaging just over 2 goals per game. Given these trends, under the projected total is our full game total pick. St. Louis Blues versus Winnipeg Jets. The St. Louis Blues, with a record of 11-12-2 and 24 points, are currently tied for 5th place in the Central Division. They will be traveling north to face the Winnipeg Jets, who hold an impressive record of 18-7-0 and 36 points, putting them in a tie for 1st place in the same division. St. Louis experienced a tough 3-2 overtime loss to the Philadelphia Flyers on Saturday, which ended their 2-game winning streak. This setback leaves them 12 points behind 1st place Winnipeg in the division standings. Meanwhile, the Jets are coming off a 3-1 loss to the Dallas Stars on Sunday, marking their 3rd consecutive defeat. Despite this recent skid, Winnipeg remains tied for 1st place in the Central Division with the Minnesota Wild. The Winnipeg Jets have been performing at an exceptionally high level so far this season. They currently rank 2nd in the league in goals scored and 3rd in goals allowed. Goaltender Connor Hellebuyck has been outstanding, with a goals against average of 2.11 and a save percentage of .928. He leads the NHL with 3 shutouts this season. Winnipeg has been particularly dominant on home ice, boasting an impressive 9-1-0 record at home, while St. Louis has struggled on the road with a record of 6-6-1. Offensively, the Jets are averaging 3.9 goals per game and have the second-best power play unit in the league, converting at a rate of 32.4%. In contrast, St. Louis has struggled on special teams, ranking 19th in penalty kill at 78.8%, and even worse on the power play, where they sit 27th with a 15.8% success rate. Additionally, the Blues are averaging just 2.5 goals per game, which will be a significant challenge as they face Winnipeg's formidable defense and the third-best goals against average in the NHL. Given the recent dominance of the Winnipeg Jets, particularly in the Central Division, it's not surprising that they have had significant success against St. Louis. The Jets have posted a 9-1 record in their last 10 head-to-head matchups against the Blues, including a perfect 4-0 record on home ice. Although their victory earlier this season came by a slim 1-goal margin, Winnipeg remains a superior team in virtually every aspect of the game. This ongoing superiority suggests that the Jets will continue to hold the advantage in this matchup, so the Winnipeg Jets to win and over the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. In terms of total points, the under has been a consistent trend for both teams recently. 4 of St. Louis' last 5 games have gone under the total, as well as 5 of their last 7 games on the road. Similarly, 5 of Winnipeg's last 6 games have also gone under. Winnipeg's defense has been particularly strong, ranking 3rd in the league in goals against, allowing just 2.5 goals per game, while St. Louis struggles offensively, ranking 30th in the league with only 2.5 goals per game. While Winnipeg will likely score their fair share of goals, the strong play of Connor Hellebuyck in goal will make it difficult for the Blues to find the back of the net. Both teams have relied heavily on goaltending for success this season, although at different levels of effectiveness. When looking at their most recent 10 meetings, the under has hit in 4 of the last 10 encounters, including a matchup earlier this season that saw only 5 total goals scored. For the Blues, the under has hit 7 times in their last 10 games, with the average total goals per game in that stretch being just 5.5. Likewise, the Jets have seen the under hit 7 times in their past 10 games, as they have scored only 10 goals in their last 5 contests. Given these trends and the strong goaltending on both sides, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Edmonton Oilers versus Vegas Golden Knights. The Vegas Golden Knights are coming off a tough loss in their last game, where they were overwhelmed by their opponents. In this upcoming Pacific Division showdown, they will face a red-hot Edmonton Oilers team that has been playing exceptionally well. The Oilers have been on an impressive winning streak, having secured victories in 3 consecutive games and 4 of their last 5. Their recent form has been strong, boasting a solid record of 7-2-1 over their last 10 games. Despite a slow start to the season, the Oilers have gradually found their rhythm and have moved back into the upper half of the Western Conference standings. On the other hand, the Golden Knights have experienced some struggles lately, having lost 2 of their last 3 games, including a heavy shutout loss in their most recent outing. Despite this, the Golden Knights remain at the top of the Pacific Division with a 6-3-1 record in their last 10 games. They also hold the 3rd highest point total in the Western Conference, demonstrating their overall strength. However, their recent performance raises some concerns as they attempt to bounce back from a difficult stretch. As the 2 teams prepare for this important Pacific Division matchup, the Oilers enter the contest having won 3 straight games, while the Golden Knights are reeling from what could be their most demoralizing loss of the season. Not only did Vegas fail to score a single goal in their last game, but they also suffered the shutout at home against the newly established Utah Hockey Club. The Golden Knights will have to regroup quickly, especially considering their earlier loss to Edmonton on the road this season. Their upcoming performance on home ice does not look promising either, as the Oilers have been finding their offensive groove again. Despite a slow start to the year, Edmonton has scored 18 goals in their last 3 games, showing that their high-powered attack is back on track. At the start of the season, the Golden Knights were nearly unbeatable at home, but lately they have struggled to maintain consistency in their performances. This inconsistency makes it difficult to predict how they will fare against a potent Oilers team that is firing on all cylinders. With their offense in full flow and no signs of slowing down, the Oilers seem poised for another victory. Although the Golden Knights are still a strong team overall and will likely improve as the season progresses, it's clear that Edmonton's form is more reliable at the moment. For this reason, the Edmonton Oilers money line is our full game side pick. Both teams have had their share of difficulties when it comes to defending on the power play. The Oilers have converted 11 of 62 power play opportunities this season, while the Golden Knights have had more success, scoring on 17 of 62 power plays. Despite these struggles, both teams have explosive offensive capabilities that make them dangerous when they have the puck. On the Oilers side, Leon Draisaitl and Connor McDavid continue to be among the most dominant forces in the league. Meanwhile, the Golden Knights' offensive duo of Jack Eichel and Ivan Barbashev has combined for an impressive 20 goals and 43 assists this season. Both teams possess star players who can turn the tide of a game with their skill. In terms of scoring, the recent trends suggest that both teams have been involved in high-scoring affairs. 4 of the Oilers' last 5 games and 3 of the Golden Knights' previous 5 have seen more than 6 goals on the scoreboard. The Oilers have been especially offensive-minded lately, having surpassed the total in 4 straight games before their last contest, in which they scored 4 goals. With their dynamic duo of Draisaitl and McDavid leading the charge, the Oilers have scored 18 goals in their last 3 games alone. During their earlier matchup with the Golden Knights this season, Edmonton managed to score 4 goals, and they are likely to put up a similar offensive display in this game. While Vegas has the capability to score as well, their inability to find the back of the net in their recent shutout loss is concerning. However, they are a talented team and will likely find their scoring touch again in this matchup. With both teams playing well offensively and the potential for another high-scoring game, the over on the projected total seems like a solid pick. The offensive firepower of both teams should make for an exciting game, and with the Oilers in top form, over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.